Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. What a crazy couple of weeks it's been. I'm not sure if you guys saw yet, but apparently we're going to be given 2 extra trades for the rest of the season. So that's going to be going into effect as of tomorrow. Because of all these injuries, suspensions, things like that, they've actually decided to give us 2 more trades. So I think they realize that a lot of people are going to be running out by, very, very early in the season. Some will be all done with their trades by, just after halfway. So yeah, that's some new news coming out of today, which is going to be very helpful. So apparently what they're saying is you're going to be able to get 4 trades for this round. So you can bank the 2 trades if you like, or you can use that to fix up your team, which I know a lot of people, including myself, have teams that have gone a bit backwards the last few weeks instead of being able to bring in some keepers. But anyway, on to the team list for the week. Start with the Storm. So Cam Munster's out. Of course he is. I just brought him in last week. Anyway, we've got Riley Jack coming into the 6th role, and looks like they'll be splitting that. I'd imagine Hughes will take a little bit more of the kicking than he usually does. They'll probably split that, a few hundred each, kind of like the opposite pair they're playing against. And Keary and Flanagan will split that role. So I'd imagine that's what's going to happen with those 2 this week. And that's all on the Storm front. On the Roosters front, we have Nat Butcher. He's going to be playing number 13 this week. We've got Isaac Liu, who's also not playing. And the thing is with him, he will usually play the 13 role. So for those people that are interested in possibly bringing Butcher in, Isaac Liu usually plays that role. Nat Butcher does have an incredible PPM too. He sits almost at 1 exactly. So most of the games he's getting a point a minute. There was one game he had 27 and 15 minutes. So if he gets 50 minutes in that role, he will score well. I'd imagine he'd score 50. So again, at this point of the season, do we want to be bringing in mid-range guys? He's sitting at 500k. So do you want to bring him in? Probably not at this stage. There's plenty of other issues. If he was 300k, I'd bring him in, but if he's 500k, so it's a no from me. And that's all from that game. Moving on to the next game, if my phone loads. All right, the Raiders, Corey Horsburgh's out. Another one of my players. It's been shown that he's going to be out for 3 months plus, so most likely be season ending for Horsburgh, unfortunately. He was doing really well for those people that had him, and he's out. So Joseph Tapine is back into the team, and he's going to slot straight into the 13 role, which means Hudson Young gets some more time in the 2nd row. And there's no sign of Bateman yet. And he's actually not going to be at the Raiders as of next year. Could be at the Dogs or, going back home to Wigan is what it's been said. So, yeah, interesting. I imagine he'll definitely come back at some point, but nothing coming up in the next month or so. And moving on to the Dragons, nothing really to talk about on their front. Saab gets another game. Not someone I'd be thinking about bringing in. Everyone else is exactly the same. Clune hasn't been scoring too well. If you pick Clune over Fogarty, then unfortunately you're not doing as well. Anyway, moving on to the next game. So on the Cowboys side, no Valentine Holmes yet. He's on the extended bench. He's in number 19 jersey, so there's a chance he'll come in. There's a chance that if he does come in, Hamiso will be dropped. Think about that, guys. So if you have him and you're needing to play him, then there's a chance that he might not play this week. Because they've got O'Neill and Felt on the wings, there's a chance they drop Opacek, but he actually played pretty well on the weekend, and they might even leave Val out for another week, considering that they played pretty well on the weekend against the Knights. They might just keep the team the same and give Val an extra week's rest, especially against the best team in the comp at the moment, aside from the Roosters, the Eels. So there's that there. Then the other thing to mention, this one is Reece Robson's doing really well, averaging close to 60 since he's taken the starting role and playing the 80. So he could be a keeper. Well, he's definitely a keeper level. It's just if you want to have him over guys like Cook, Api Coruscant, Harry Grant, there's a lot of good hookers. So if you've got him, great. If not, I wouldn't worry. Jai Field's going to be playing. It'll be interesting to see what happens with that. You could see when Moses was out, got injured and he went off, Dylan Brown didn't exactly take over the game. And from what he was speaking about afterwards, he's just going to stick to his same role. Be the ball running 6, do his thing on the left. You saw Gustafson take over a little bit more in that game, obviously kicking the field goal, etc. So Jai Field will come on and he'll be a bit more of that leader. even though he is more of a running half too. But with Moses only being out a couple of weeks, there's no point bringing him Jai. And moving along, bloke I was talking about before, Jamal Fogarty with the Titans. He's actually scoring really well. He's getting around 40 a game, and he is up to 411k now. So he's getting up there really quick. For those that took the punt on him, I personally said he wasn't a great buy, so egg on my face. If you're already able to get him at the 228, then perfect. He's gained some money and he'll gain a bit more. He'll probably get up to 500k before you'll be able to sell him. So well done to those people that brought him in. Aaron Clark looks like he's gone. He's on the extended bench, but Mid-Train had a good game and they won on the weekend. So, yeah, winning teams, you don't really want to change that formula. So that's the story there. Moving on, nothing with the Sharks this week. We're moving on to the Broncos. A few changes in the Broncos. New starting still at fullback, but Jermaine Asako comes in for Corey Oates. So if you still have Asako and you need to play him, then you'll get some points this week. Carrigan's back, which is great for those of you who have him. He's obviously only suspended for the week, so nothing to worry about there, and he'll be back scoring well. And on the Warriors side, the only thing I really wanted to talk about was Big Tohu Harris is just sneakily scoring really, really well. Playing the 80 now, which is big for him. Only thing to think about there is when Jazz Tavanga comes back, does Tohu Harris, not play the 80? There's a small chance that happens, but Tavanga is going to be playing more number 13, so more lock than second row. So if Tohu Harris is a great pod. I'm not big on pods myself because there's usually a reason why they're a point of difference player. It usually means they don't score as well. So something to think about. But Tohu Harris is doing really well. So if you'd like him, bring him in. And moving along, last few games. So Tigers, Tommy Talau is scoring well. He did score 2 tries to get 40 on the weekend, so nothing crazy there. But he runs the ball back hard and he has a little bit of a step on him. So he's someone that could be able to get some tackle busts here and there. If he's someone you have in your team, perfect, you'll gain some money. If not, I wouldn't be bringing him in. And on the other side, there's nothing really else to talk about. Harry Grant's a gun. I saw a few people brought in Eisenhuth this week. He scored 49, played big minutes. So if you brought him in, perfect. But with Twile being another week closer to being back, there's no point bringing him in, I don't think, especially with trades being of a premium at the moment. All right, let's slide it down. Then we're going to Ruben Garrick's playing the 1 this week instead of Elliott. In the only big change, Funo comes onto the wing and Sully comes back. So if that helps anyone, I don't think it does. And on the other side, we've got Bradman Best back and he's replacing Shibasaki. So for those who have Shibasaki, unlucky. Again, there's a good chance that there's an injury there and he comes back and he gains some more money for teams out there. But that's about all on those teams. Matauti is still doing well. Didn't even play the 80 on the weekend and still got 50. So well done to those who picked him up. Might be, with 4 trades this week, he could be a cool one to get in. I know people like myself are holding Drinkwater, for example, and we'd love to get rid of him. So Drinkwater to Matauti is not a bad trade this week if you got the extra 70k. And then just the last game of the week is the doggies. I got Thompson coming off. He's not even actually on the bench. He's on the extended bench. So if you're interested in him, I probably wouldn't bother this week. Definitely want to have a look at him if he does play. The only issue is whose minutes is he going to take? Like, I know a lot of people brought in Adam Elliott the last couple of weeks or RFM. Does he take any of their minutes? I doubt he takes Jackson's. And is he taking Tolman or Napa's? I don't think so. So, RFM or Elliott are probably the guys that he takes minutes off. Elliott's played 80 minutes close to 80 minutes from the last 2, 3, 4 weeks. So, it's scary for those guys. And just James Roberts is back in. So, he's off the interchange last week. This time he's starting, and Braden Burns is gone. Jaden Sewer, another good score. And that's about it, guys. That's the team list for the week. I'll be putting up my video about my own team. Surprisingly, gained a few ranks this week. So That's good to see. We're in the 3,000, so stay tuned for that one, guys, and we'll work out what we can do with these 4 trades that'll come into effect tomorrow afternoon. So good luck with your trades this week, guys. Good luck with your teams, and let me know what you're going to do with those extra trades. If you're going to use them, if you're going to bank them. I'm personally thinking about just banking them because of the fact that I've lost a bunch of keepers and I've had to just replace them. So that hasn't really helped at all. So yeah, guys, let me know what you're thinking. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you're really enjoying the content, and we'll see you in the next one.